Hello, Kendall from Reddit Whiskey with a recap of my second attack from this war, and luckily this one went a whole lot better. I was able to pick up the 3 star. So, kind of evaluating this base, I think the most logical place for a double giant bomb set is going to be right there. That one's definitely in between two defenses. That's probably the best of the sets. Um, a weaker spot would have been right here, and potentially right here could have been, but I was planning on pathing my hogs around this way, and by doing that, as long as I had hogs that were sitting right here in this archer tower, this mortar's closer, so they would have jumped from this archer tower, I'm sorry, this air defense, to this mortar, skipping around this double giant bomb set altogether. So, that one I would have considered fairly weak. The only way to have hit, in fact, I don't think there's any way that you could have pathed over that. And then, possibly they've got double giant bombs here in the core, but I wasn't worried about that too because they weren't between two defenses, so my hogs would have kind of pathed around them. So I ended up getting a little bit lucky on that it works out. They ended up having them in the core, and we'll see once we get to the replay. But the kind of next exercise, so I've got to figure out a way to deal with this double giant bomb set. The next exercise I want to look through is, which defenses can I take out really efficiently with loons. So, when I'm kind of looking through here, and I'm going to skip this archer tower for right now because I'll get back to it. But, this cannon, I could have probably taken it out. But I wasn't too worried about it, and I just decided against it because it would have been iffy. This mortar's obviously well protected. This air defense or archer tower is we're well defended. This wizard tower and cannon are both okay. That expo's right there. But the other thing is there's not a whole lot of benefit of taking them out. There's no spring traps in between these two defenses. Now, there potentially are spring traps right there, but I couldn't get this archer tower down. So it would have had to jump over them anyway to get to the cannon. So that wasn't efficient. The reason that makes sense is because a spring trap kills 3 hogs. So if you can kill a defense with 2 balloons and skip a spring trap, that's one, you're saving yourself 5 troop space. But, kind of keeping around, again, mortar maybe, but no spring traps. I was planning on spending my kill squad in this way, so I wasn't worried about that, or these defenses up here, because my kill squad should take care of them. And then from here, these are well protected. Maybe the wizard tower, but again, no spring traps. And that kind of gets down, all of these are really well protected. So that gets down to this last archer tower. Well, I've got to somehow figure out how to deal with this double giant bomb set, potential double giant bomb set. So my goal was I was going to start and I was going to send 2 balloons in that way to take care of that archer tower. From there, and this I actually screwed up, so I get kind of lucky. I was planning on sending 4 hogs in right there and 1 hog in right there, with the goal is that these 4 hogs would take out this archer tower first. The mortar would be closest, so then it would kind of bounce over this direction, and then they would then up and take out this wizard tower. So that was the kind of plan. 5 hogs was going to take care of those 3 defenses. And by doing that, hopefully one of them would have pathed over and hit one of these giant bombs. So that would have taken care of that set. That also should have gotten me my clan castle pull. And the reason I wanted to go ahead and get instead of just doing 5 here and letting them path over is that I was afraid that was going to start my clan castle pull. So I wanted to get this down as quickly as possible. So that ends up, I do that drop incredibly wrong. So that doesn't work out well. So I end up having to send a couple extra hogs to try to get to this wizard tower. And then I also get my first surprise of what I was expecting. But from there, I was going to go ahead and use an archer to anchor here off this spell factory, do my standard kill squad up there in the corner, just barbarians for distraction, my witches staggered, archer, queen, and wizard. And then from there, I was going to send the golem in this direction, followed by my wizard here to break the trash ring, wizard here to break the trash ring. Actually, I think I got that a little off. I think I actually did the wizard on this elixir pump to get it in. So I broke the trash ring there, broke the trash ring there. I send, I think I put 3 wall breakers in, the 3 wall breakers in there, and then I bounce my barbarian king off of that. And when you're breaking the trash ring, you want the 2 buildings on the side, but you want to leave the middle building for your barbarian king to take out, because then the very next closest becomes that defense. So that was the plan from there, and then I had a jump spell to go and get them all in the core to take care of the 2 heroes. From there, I was going to do my hog drop, And the plan was just kind of send the hogs in that way, and that means they would kind of path around this direction. From there, plans on the heels were I was going to be able to hold off a little bit here because remember I was going to have a golem in here tanking, so none of this would have been really hitting me. Plan was kind of a, oops, that was a really big circle. Let's draw a better size circle. First heel was kind of be right there, something, because I figured there might have been Teslas here in the core. That would have probably made sense. Then I've got, another heel for here, and then no real point defenses till I get back over here, so I got my fourth heel for over there. So, that was kind of the idea. Things don't quite go as well as planned, and we'll see the adjustments I made during the raid in order to kind of pull this off as a 3-star. So, getting started, I go ahead and I drop the 2 balloons down here to get that taken care of, and then I send in the hogs. See, I don't get the hogs pathed right. I end up getting them all on that mortar instead of at the archer tower. So the mortar goes down first, then the archer tower, and then they bounce up to the air defense. I do get one that jumps in though, and I don't get a double giant bomb or giant bomb that gets popped. So I get a little. I don't know what's actually going to happen, but I've got to get that wizard tower taken out. So I send 2 more hogs in to make sure I get the wizard tower taken out, and it does not quite go down. So that was a huge failure so far. So I know I can't send any more hogs in because all those troops are right there. So I go ahead and anchor them up to start pulling them. I go ahead and I wait. I go ahead and get my full kill squad down. I'm ready to take these out. I've got those things under control. There's really nothing else from here, and then I can go ahead and send in a couple more hogs. I get a Tesla that pops up there. So I get the hogs go in. They take care of that wizard tower. They're going to path up to the Tesla, and then I find the giant bomb. It's actually the set is sideways, which I wasn't expecting at all. But go ahead and get the golem in, get the wizard down here to break the trash ring, wizard to break the trash ring, get the wall breakers in. Everything's going great there. Go ahead and get the barbarian king in. He's going to bounce, off of this, and actually goes ahead and jumps all the way in, which is great. Oh, the Skellies pulled him in. So, and I said the jump spell wrong. I put the jump spell so that the golem could get into this expo also to hopefully take that out, while it's kind of working through there. So, jumps in, and then I go and get my hogs down. Hit a bunch of spring traps, which is unfortunate. Go and get my first heel down, hit my first Tesla. And this is where I get kind of lucky, but ultimately the pathing works out here. So you're going to see there ends up being a double giant bomb set here between this Tesla and the Expo. But I only get like 1 or 2 hogs that jump over there. And that's because if they're standing right here, to get to the Expo, you've got 1 here to get to the wall, 2, 3, 4. If you're comparing that to this archer tower and you're standing here in this Tesla, it's 1, 2, 3. So the majority of these are going to go and path all the way around. Now, I do get really lucky that 1 or 2 jump over and pop that double giant bomb set. So that worked out really well. So from here, I know I'm going to have another heel lay down right here because there's another giant bomb there. So I go ahead and get that one down, and that kind of saves my one last heel. And I'm going to have to use a little earlier because there's that Tesla there. So I want to go and get this down for the Tesla and Expo because I'll have enough hogs, it looks like, to be up by the time they get back here to the last. So from there, I have a few wizards and a few barbarians that I kind of throw back in the back for cleanup. And that's all she wrote. So good attack. I got lucky with the pathing because the giant bombs really weren't where I expected. This would have been a pretty easy cleanup, though, either way. So I hope this helped. I hope I answered all your questions. If not, please leave any questions or comments below. And thank you very much for watching.